Summary writing. A summary or preface is the shortened form of a passage. A good summary should be complete in itself. It should be able to convey the ideas expressed in the original passage so that a reader who does not have enough time to read the original message may have no trouble getting the message. Steps for reading a passage effectively. First, read and reread each sentence of the passage or article to understand what the author is trying to convey. Second, mark the most important points in the article, underline them. Third, identify the main idea or purpose of the passage. Fourth, take note of the organizational pattern of the passage or article, that is, which point comes first, second, and so on. Read the following examples and observe how precision may be achieved. Example 1. It is a pleasure and a delightful experience to take a walk out in the open spaces of the countryside where it is peaceful as one is far away from the hustle and bustle of the cities and towns. Condensed form. It is a pleasure to go for a walk in the peaceful countryside. The preceding example shows how you can omit unnecessary or superfluous details and only retain the main idea of a given passage. Now, while writing a preface, keep the following in mind. First, a preface should never be longer than 1/3 of the original passage. Second, follow the same organizational pattern as that of the original article. Third, use the author's voice as if you were the author. Do not write, "This author says," or "This paragraph means." Fourth, your preface should not include anything which the author has not mentioned in the original write-up. Fifth, do not draw your own conclusion nor express your opinion. Sixth, do not question the author's arguments. Remember, you are only required to present the original passage in a short and precise manner. Seventh, try to avoid using the same words, except technical ones, as used in the original write-up. Eighth, keep aside the original piece of writing once you have noted down the key points therein, and only then begin writing. This will persuade you to write in your own words. Example 2. Passage. Who is a good human being? Charles Dickens said people were good and bad, but he could not figure out what made them that way. Unfortunately, Dickens missed by about 50 years the revolution in psychology brought about by Sigmund Freud. Freud believed that an individual's personality is shaped in his infancy, with later influences having only a negligible impact. However, Freud erred in focusing on natural instincts to the exclusion for social structures. A good human being is honest to himself and sensitive to the needs of others. An emotionally honest person is a product of an upbringing that infuses a sense of self-worth. People can lack self-worth because of some kind of Freudian rejection in their infancy. To overcome their feeling of smallness or insecurity, they control, even with good intentions, those emotionally or socially weaker than they. The oppressed tend to control those still more vulnerable to overcome their misery. Hence, a chain of power is established in family and social relations. Control distorts love and goodness. It is exercised through psychological manipulation or through the social hierarchy. Preface. Sigmund Freud's explanation of how a man's character is formed might help understand what makes a good human being, someone who is honest and considerate. His self-worth may be affected if he has experienced rejection in infancy. The insecurity born out of this may cause him to control those weaker than him under the guise of love and goodness. Title: The Making of a Good Man.